What is your assessment of how strong the military is as an institution? Can it withstand a 2-year or 4-year interlude of perhaps an intensely partisan leader of the military or an intensely partisan president?
Well, Margaret, we don't know. We've not had a test like this, at least in my lifetime, and any time I can remember in American history. We are in an era now when there's been an unprecedented purge of military leaders, not for incompetence or misbehavior, that's always appropriate and required, but for political affiliation or for following policies that they had been instructed to follow in previous administrations. And so the problem is when you start to purge people out of an institution, that necessarily weakens it. And it's not always obvious initially. The Army and the Pentagon still look as strong as ever. The Navy's got the same number of ships. But the military is based on a culture. And that culture is one of respect. It's one of service. It was always been one of being apolitical. Mm-hmm. And I don't think we'll know how weak it is until the wind blows hard. And then suddenly we'll find out whether we've actually damaged the structure beyond repair. And that's a question I think about a lot.
It concerns you.
Yes, ma'am. What will it take for our military to get back into what I would consider a healthy state? I'm sure there's some people that say that get rid of the people who believed in DEI or other issues makes us a better military. I just have a different view.
Right.
But I think the military has to be a mirror of American society. And if America doesn't see itself in the military, and if the military doesn't see itself in society, then you have this natural separation. And we've actually, with the volunteer military, we've always had the danger that the military would become so professionalized that they would be a separate entity.
Independent, yeah.
And you don't really want that, at least I don't.
The problem is there's not enough generals sounding the alarm about the danger of the military being criminalized. Every institution can be corrupted. The military is no exception. The military, by its nature, is a reflection of society. You have people from all walks of life in the military. Some are very good people, some are very evil people. Doctors, lawyers, rapists, criminals, misogynists, white supremacists. The commander-in-chief is a criminal. That is the most damaging thing for the military. Also, he is incompetent. So he has hired other people who are also criminally minded and incompetent. This is why we're suffering casualties in a war that makes tactically no sense. There is no strategic military objective for the United States military in Iran. And really, we need to rethink all of this imperialism. Because what good is it to have the most destructive fighting force in the history of the world if it's being used for nefarious reasons? The military, just like other federal institutions right now, are being corrupted. Trump pardoned war criminals. The Secretary of War Crimes has more experience raping women than he does leading soldiers. And it shows. The complete lack of preparedness to go to war, logistics training failures, soldiers being exposed, not in hardened bunkers, just sitting in trailers waiting to get picked off. Because you have amateurs fucking running the military. When you purge generals because of ideology, you weaken that organization. Now it's a bunch of fucking MAGAs in charge and they're bringing down military readiness. When you don't want to take a vaccine, you risk becoming a vector or a spread neck, and you start outbreaks on military installations. That's the price you pay for having incompetence and stupidity in charge of these organizations. Will the military hold fast to the Constitution? Because Trump wants loyalty to him. Will they hold fast to the Constitution, or will they bend the knee and follow illegal orders? We're gonna find that out here in November. And remember, boys and girls, the only good Nazi is a dead Nazi. And whether it takes 10 months or 10 years, we must be absolutely relentless in our fight against the white delusion of white supremacy.